just being in a space where I just feel completely myself. And I think that that's what I want for everybody that watches this, and just anything else in life really, is that everyone is themselves and feels able to be themselves. I think society is such a big place, and there's place for everybody in society, and that's what I want to really channel, is that everyone has a seat at the table. We need to empower young people to be the best version of themselves. I'm Meg, I'm 21, and I was actually diagnosed 4 days after my 21st birthday. I knew from like a young age that I was different to other people, but I didn't quite understand like how or why that was. So being diagnosed was quite an overwhelming process. It took quite a long time. I was on a waiting list for just under 2 years, which in itself is quite a long time to be going through a process that you don't quite understand, and the support in between that was few and far between. In terms of how I felt, I definitely think that for a while I was in kind of like denial about it. I wouldn't acknowledge it. And then I just started to think about things like more. But I think it has been a challenge, and I think that definitely over the past few months I've definitely started to accept myself more. But in the past it was a lot harder because you're questioning like who you are, and certain situations. Um, but yeah, I think I am grateful that I have had my diagnosis now, because I feel like it has changed things and my outlook on life as well. I think I thought there was kind of like a one way to dealing with these things and to kind of understanding. And then I was like, hang on a minute. Autism doesn't just affect one person in one way. And I used that to as like a springboard, to help me find a way that I could personally understand myself and how autism impacted me personally. I started to watch YouTube, to kind of understand and watch like people's own personal experiences, and to kind of learn things. And then from there, I kept doing kind of my research online, and I came across Ambitious, and that really helped me to understand that there are other people that are autistic that do get involved in opportunities, and can like make that change. I started a scrapbook of photos that I had from when I was younger and situations I was in, to kind of gain a wider understanding of like myself, to kind of not just see it from the perspective of like my post diagnostic support that I'm receiving, but to kind of go away and actually attach meaning to things that I've actually been through, because I think sometimes that can be quite powerful, to kind of look at your own experiences and reflect on different things. Now that I'm a few months along in understanding autism, um, I'm the elected disabled students rep at university, and I really have given back and wanted to support other people, um, and wanting to give other students opportunities, and to show them that autism and like other disabilities are not barriers, and you can achieve anything that you want to when you put your mind to it. In that environment I am just myself, and I think that that's what I've learned about myself, is that everybody enjoys my company, and I'm like, wait, I've never had this before, this is so strange. Having a diagnosis allows you to, not necessarily straight away, but definitely self-acceptance and understanding yourself. And I think it allows you to be a lot kinder to yourself in moments that you might be facing challenges, and saying, well, actually, this is the way I am, and this is who I am. I think as well, for me in particular, it allowed me to gain support in other areas of my life, and gaining that support is really helped me. And without a diagnosis, I wouldn't have obtained that. It's given me that confidence to get involved with things and to really push myself. I would say that that is kind of expanding as time goes by. I think that more generally, in the things that I'm getting involved with, more and more I'm open to changing that, and to being open with people. But I think I have definitely come a long way with planning autism awareness activities, and really celebrating what autism is, what it means to me, and what it does mean for other people. And I think that getting involved with the more things that I do get involved with, that will expand when I meet with academic staff, and when I start my new job in July. But I think it is about just slowly setting that out, and just making sure that I am being open with who I feel comfortable being open with at the beginning, and then expanding that out to people that I can tell when I'm in those spaces and when I'm making change as well. I think I've come kind of full circle in the whole, like, being proud of myself and being proud of my autism diagnosis, but I think what makes me proud is definitely my out of the box ideas. I think I always come up with something that nobody else in the room comes up with, and they're all looking at me like, "What on earth? Like, where did this come from?" In terms of, like, someone that's just been diagnosed, I think it's about taking your time with things and there not being, like, a timeline. I think too often people think that there needs to be a specific time that they need to get their head around things. And I think with the way like society is imposes challenges on people just more generally, that there is a timing thing and you've got to do this by a certain time, like deadlines. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. You have to really take things into your own, look at your strengths and find a way of working with not only yourself but with other people that are like loved ones and discussing it with them. And if you don't feel up to talking to somebody necessarily, like find an outlet, because that's what I found personally quite helpful to find a way that I can to kind of learn. It's having kind of almost an aim for yourself, and where you want to get to. And I think that that's kind of helped me to like I know what I'm about now. I know what I want to achieve, and I know I have that career direction, but also I know where I can get support from, which I think is a key one. And I think really getting involved with things and trying things because you never know where that's going to take you.